Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into a really powerful way of looking at the Quranic narrative.
So, let me ask you a question. What if history isn't a straight line, with a beginning, a middle, and an end? What if it's actually a loop? We're going to explore this profound idea today, a beautiful repeating pattern woven throughout the Quran's story. It suggests a narrative that doesn't just stop. Instead, it folds back on itself, where the very beginning is actually perfected in the conclusion.
So here's our roadmap. We'll start with the core cosmic battle. Then we'll see how that battle is encoded in creation itself, how it plays out in the prophetic stories, and how it's mirrored right inside of you. And finally, we'll talk about the grand finale, the final return.
Okay, let's jump right in. To get this whole model, you first have to understand the two fundamental forces that are driving the entire story. And I gotta tell you, this is not your typical good versus evil. It's way more subtle than that. It's a struggle between two different faces of truth itself.
So the entire cosmic drama, when you boil it down, is a battle between Nur, or light, and Nar, or fire. Now, Nur is that calm, guiding command of truth. It inspires you to sacrifice willingly, out of love. Nar, on the other hand, that's the might of truth. It's forceful, it's proud, it's a test. And here's the kicker. The goal isn't for light to destroy fire. The goal is for fire to submit and use all that power in the service of truth.
Now, this is where things get really, really cool. This whole duality between Nur and Nar, it isn't just some abstract idea. It's actually encoded into the very fabric of creation. The sun, the moon, the planets you see in the sky, they are all seen as physical mirrors of this spiritual drama.
So check this out. In this framework, the sun is this source of pure, unfiltered revelation, symbolizing the angel Gabriel bringing down knowledge. The planets? Well, they're carriers. They can either reflect that light as mercy, or they can absorb it and twist it into pride, like Iblis. And the moon? The moon is special. The moon represents the prophets. See, they don't generate their own light. They just perfectly reflect the divine light from the sun for the whole world to see.
Okay, so we've seen this pattern in the heavens. Now let's bring it down to Earth, because this cosmic pattern plays out on a historical scale through the stories of the prophets. And this is where we really start to see that looping, circular structure take shape. It's kind of like a Mobius loop. You know that strip of paper with a half twist? It's a single continuous surface where the end connects directly back to the beginning.
It all comes together with the final messenger. In the Quran, he's given 3 very specific roles. And these roles, they don't just pop up out of nowhere. They are the completion, the grand finale of the entire prophetic cycle that came before, fulfilling roles that were laid out right at the dawn of the human story.
And this slide just lays it out so perfectly. Think about it. Adam's original job was to be the first host for the divine spirit. Well, that role is perfected in the final messenger's role as the ultimate witness. Then you have the good news brought by the line of King David. That's completed in the role of bearer of good tidings. And finally, the long cautionary history of Bani Israel, the children of Israel. That is fulfilled in the role of warner. You see how it works? The end doesn't just replace the beginning, it folds back on it and perfects it. That's the Mobius loop.
All right, so we've gone from the cosmic scale down to the historical scale. Now we're going to zoom in, way in, right inside the human body. Because what if I told you that this exact same grand drama is playing out on a deeply personal level right inside you, right now? It's this fascinating idea of a sacred anatomy where the soul's journey is mirrored in our own blood.
In this spiritual anatomy, let's start with the veins. The veins represent that struggle we just talked about, kind of like the cautionary tale of Bani Israel. They carry the corrupted, oxygen-poor blood, which symbolizes all the pride, the ego, the whispers of doubt, back towards the heart to be judged.
Then it reaches the heart, and the heart acts like a furnace of purification, like the prophet Ibrahim, who was tested by fire but came out pure. And as that blood passes through, the lungs breathe divine spirit, the ruh, into it. It's literally spiritual oxygen, giving it revelation and new life.
And finally, the arteries, which represent the lineage of Adam, circulate this newly purified life force. But it's not just blood anymore, it's light. It's carrying submission and truth out to nourish every single part of the body, all of humanity.
So look at this incredible circuit. Corrupted blood comes in. The heart judges it and burns away the impurities. The lungs infuse it with spirit, and it's sent back out as pure light. This massive cosmic loop we've been talking about, it's playing out with every single beat of your heart. It's a constant, personal cycle of return and renewal. Okay, so we've seen this incredible pattern repeating on every level, from the cosmos to the prophets to our own hearts. But why? What's the point of it all? Well, it's all building towards one thing, a final completion, a return to the original divine plan.
The endgame of this entire narrative is the completion of that divine plan, which means the defeat of what the Quran calls taghut. Now, what is that? It's false authority. It's anything worshipped besides the one true God. It represents that ultimate pride, that arrogant fire that refuses to submit to the truth.
And this victory, this is what finally allows humanity to fulfill its original purpose. The reason we're here in the first place, to act as a Khalifa on earth, a steward, a vicegerent, a just guardian. With the prophetic loop complete and the self being purified, true divine authority can finally be established, just as it was promised from the very beginning.
And this brings the entire cosmic loop directly to you. The key takeaway here is that the Quran isn't just the book of ancient history. It's describing a living, breathing pattern that is happening right now, inside of you and all around you. That battle between light and fire, that cycle of purification, and the choice to align with truth, well, that loop is now in your hands.